Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 6-0 Football Academy and 6-0 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling. Happy Wednesday, everybody out there. Welcome to 0 to 60. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. We have a lot to talk about today, so let's get it started and get it over with.
Let's pay some bills here on this beautiful Wednesday. The show is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform, your number one source for betting. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. BetOnline is you cover with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here when we roll. Matt, how are you doing?
Good, man. Happy Wednesday. Let's get this rolling.
Let's get into it, Matt. We got a lot to talk about today, and you see it. The thumbnail tells it all. Lies, Matt. Lies. Reports came out from several. I'm going to say news outlets reported Shedeur used his $447,000 bonus to buy a $400,000 Rolls Royce. Matt. This has since come out and been denied by the Sanders family, everybody, including Coach Prime, who have come out and said that these are lies. Matt, what do you got to say about this in response?
I think everybody should get off this kid's dick. That's my response. Mm-hmm. Get the fuck off of him at this point. Jesus Christ. I mean, good fucking God. Whatever he wants to spend his money on is none of your fucking business. He's a grown fucking man. Leave him the fuck alone.
Amen.
Like, dude, just stop. Everyone. I mean, almost including us. Just stop. Stop fucking talking about all this stupid, meaningless bullshit that doesn't have anything to fucking do with football whatsoever. Just knock it the fuck off. I am so tired of this shit, dude. Whether it's Travis's fucking wedding, who gives a shit? Go get married.
Yeah.
I feel like we're like the TMZ, and not just me and you, but just it's like the TMZ of Colorado football. We don't talk about football. We talk about fucking cars and people getting married and shit. And I'm fucking over it, dog. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. I think that it's ridiculous. I can't believe we're still talking about this kind of shit with this kid. Just constantly trying to fucking like rub his face in the dirt. For what? For what? He made fucking twice as much money at Colorado than he's going to his rookie year. He's probably got enough money in the bank to go buy this fucking straight up. At least I hope he does. If he wants to go buy,
definitely guess so. Yes.
Yeah, if he wants to go buy a car and he's probably got 5 or 6 other ones, who gives a shit?
Right.
Let him go buy a fucking car. Shut your fucking mouth and stop riding this kid's dick as hard as you are. Just like J. Cole says, get off my dick.
I like it, Matt. I like it. No, why?
Oh, dude.
My question is this. If it's like, because I looked at the video of the Rolls Royce, you can clearly see that it's at Prime's house, his big-ass, fortress complex, whatever you want to call it. Why would they jump to assumptions and assume that Shedeur bought it so quickly is my question. I really don't get it.
Because they're clout chasing, click chasing fucking losers.
Yeah.
And look, dog, like some fucking redneck is out there like, oh well, hell, this is just another example of him buying a car. Oh my God!
That's not my point, man.
There's a bunch of haters in the community. They're like, oh, look at this smoke fuck. He's buying another car. Blah, 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 blah. And then there's the prime sexuals who are trying to defend him and everything he does when it's not even a real story. And what the fuck are we talking about? The guy bought a car and this is fucking news.
that was my whole point about it, Matt, is it's ammunition to people who don't do their due diligence and homework on it. Matt, damn well people who just like look at the first thing they see on Twitter and run with the story are going to now say, oh, Shedeur spent $450K on Rolls Royce. Like they're not even, I mean, that's the problem with it. People that dismiss it and be like, oh, it's okay for them to lie. Bullshit. Because now people are going to run with it. There's a reason that multiple, I'm not going to say, prominent news sources, but, people that have hundreds of thousands of followers and, post news. They posted this. So it just gives ammunition to the wrong people. That's
I kind of pride us on not breaking stories. Like, did breaking. Like, we're not breaking news. We're reacting to shit. Mm-hmm. I really think people need to understand there's a difference between there's different stages, right? Mm-hmm. Just like with athletes, like there's different stages to everyone. Like there's Hall of Fame players, there's all pro players, there's Pro Bowl players, there's good starters, there's backups, there's there's levels to this shit, as they say. There's levels to this shit in the media too. And just because you say you're a media member, don't mean you are. Mm-hmm. And this never would have been a story in the day of like actual media hubs covering something and breaking a news story. No one gives a fuck. So I'm kind of embarrassed that we have to discuss this, but we do, because that's the only way we can get this kind of narrative out there, that it's as fucking ridiculous as it is. Like,
exactly.
Who gives a Tiffany fuck what they're driving?
Oh, yeah.
Who cares what any NFL player, whatever they want to drive, good for them. Whether it's a Civic, a Camry, a fucking 12-speed, or a Rolls Royce. If you can afford it and you want to go buy it, go buy it. Who gives a Tiffany fuck? Congratulations, you got a new car. Or you drive your old Rolls Royce, because I'm pretty sure he already has one of these. He has a Phantom that he was driving around Boulder that he got a ticket on. So,
yes, that's true.
Yeah, like it's either that or all of you are just so fucking jealous of this cat that you can't handle yourselves. Like, I'm sorry, but some of y'all think about Shedeur when you jerk off, and that is fucking weird.
Oh boy, Matt, like my biggest takeaway of what you just said is, who gives a shit? Like, even if it was Shedeur buying the car, we really gonna, like, I don't understand the problem. Even if it was him, like, make it make sense. Like, it's his money. He already got a Rolls Royce anyway. Like, you know what I mean? So
go spend your money on whatever you want. I'll get your fucking money.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, Matt, let's talk about Shedeur on the field now. Browns began OTAs today, Matt, and Shedeur reportedly has been performing really, really well, lighting it up in Browns OTAs, to the point where ESPN Cleveland radio here, Matt, put out a stat sheet for OTAs, Matt, and Shedeur 7 for 9, 3 touchdowns. Flacco 9 for 14 and a touchdown. Kenny Pickett 9 for 16.
Oh, come on.
Gabriel 11 for 16, 2 touchdowns and a pick. ESPN Cleveland posted it, Matt. Browns practice is in the books, and here are your 4 quarterbacks, Matt. But nonetheless, I think Shedeur is doing pretty well, taking care of business so far. I heard Kevin Stefanski on Browns radio talk about he's really liking what he's seen from Shedeur so far. Obviously, it's just, shirt and shorts. But, Matt, what are your takeaways from Shedeur's performance in the first day of Browns OTAs?
I think he looks pretty good on the stuff that we've seen from pocket cameras with no rush and doing drills. Mm-hmm. Again, drill work. He's awesome. They all look pretty good doing drills. We're keeping fucking stats. OTA stats, you fucking nerds. Are you guys serious with this shit?
No, it's ESPN Cleveland.
These fucking nerds.
What we're doing.
How much of a fucking dumpster fire of a franchise are you when you keep stats like this during OTAs? What, are you fucking serious right now? He went 9 for 7 and 3 touchdowns and 7. Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut up. It's a drill, you piece of shit. Like, give me a fucking break. Dog, please, again, get off his dick. Get off his dick. Get off Flacco's dick. Get off Pickett's dick. Get off Gabriel's dick. They're all getting their dick rubbed extra because Shedeur's out there. I saw Flacco pat the ball too. Is that a bad thing? Because Shedeur pats the ball. Oh, look, Gabriel just patted the ball too. Oh, my God. Write a fucking narrative story about it. How they're going to jump the routes because fucking Gabriel and Flacco and Kenny Pickett were all taught by Shedeur how to pat the fucking ball before he throws it. So, again, get off this kid's fucking dick, dude. Like, this is getting fucking ridiculous, homie. Like, we're stats and OTAs, you nerdy motherfuckers. None of you Browns fans or none of you Browns reporters have anything better to do than track fucking stats at OTAs, you fucking virgins. I bet you these guys haven't touched a vagina since they fell out of vagina. Fucking nerd, as they call them. Holy shit.
Let me say this. I really like that Shedeur is doing well in Browns OTAs.
Me too, bro.
That's awesome. But the fact that ESPN Cleveland is putting out a quarterback tracker of Browns OTAs, and it's May 28th, Matt, in OTAs and shirt and shells, and it's like they're not doing any. It's laughable. That's what I'll say, because
it's fucking ridiculous, dog. They are just rolling. How can we suck every ounce of fucking, like, every ounce of the juice out of this possible before he becomes the starter? Then how much are you going to fucking glaze him?
If he becomes a starter,
he's a really good player. He doesn't need all this extra
that's a good point.
Oh, 7 for 9 and 3 touchdowns and 7 on 7.
Oh,
dude, man. Stop, 7 on 7 analytic guy. Stop, please. That fucking 37 just broke 19 tackles. Watch. Go back real quick and let's watch 37 break.
All right,
19 fucking watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he scores. Fuck. 37's the best fucking player I've ever seen. Somebody get this guy a fucking walking blowjob right now. Just hold one of the trainers upside down and go to the next drill. And we'll 69 this bitch at 37, breaks 19 tackles. Looks like the white Jim Brown. He's out here fucking bowling. Let's get 37 on one of these fucking lifetime contracts. And God forbid, after he gets on a lifetime contract, he buys a new fucking car. Because then, oh my God, 37 bought a car. Woo! Like, holy fuck. And so we might as well parlay that into whatever next bullshit they want to talk about. Everyone, 37 for MVP.
You are insane, but you make a good point. Now I wanted to show a clip of Joe Flacco talking about Shedeur Sanders and kind of his relation to Deion Sanders a little bit. Take a listen to this, Matt. Kind of funny.
Has an impact on much, but Shedeur's been great. I mean, he's a lot of fun to be around in those meeting rooms, and I think so far there's been, at least once in the meeting room that he's made me crack a smile, and that's what it's all about. He's a young guy trying to learn some football and come out here and practice well and do those things. And like I said, he's been a lot of fun. I mean, he's come up to me and, listen, I probably wasn't too far away from playing against his dad, and now I'm playing with him. So, Jay,
that's my favorite part of having Flacco there is a little bit of development and mentorship from Flacco to Shedeur, Matt. But kind of textbook quarterback talk there, Matt. I know you're going at it a little bit, but I don't know. Yeah, Flacco.
You think Flacco's gonna mentor him because he hated the Lamar.
He didn't like the Lamar thing, but don't you think now that he's kind of been bounced around a couple teams since then, he's not the solidified starter anymore?
That's true. Look, I think Flacco's having fun with this. But I'm sure that Joe's walking off the field too. Like, why the fuck am I talking about a 5th round rookie?
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah. Again, why? Just can we let Shedeur just do him and go earn this job? and win it because he's the best player in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And like, then you can stick his dick in your mouth and never remove it. Cleveland.
Yeah, well,
it's cool. Yeah. Your thing, bro. Like, you've never had a good quarterback anyway, so you might as well. I look, Flacco's cool. I think he's you know, I don't know how much he's gonna actually be part of this, you know, grand experiment moving forward because he is old as fuck. So he's probably not going to be there for very long. Gabriel, no one's asking him about fucking Gabriel. Gabriel doesn't move the needle. So I guarantee you Jimmy Haslam's crazy ass, the guy that owns the Browns, especially after the mayor of Cleveland came out and said, we've got way bigger problems than the Cleveland Browns Stadium. Mm-hmm. So that team doesn't move the needle in Cleveland whatsoever. They don't give a fuck about that team. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the replacement Browns, they could have just like totally rebranded and started a new team instead of trying to like replicate the history of the Browns with the new Browns, because the Ravens are actually the Browns. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's football history. Yeah, absolutely.
The new Browns, they don't seem to be very important to the city of Cleveland other than the diehard fans. So I understand why they're constantly blowing Shedeur, because they haven't had anybody like this before ever. And he's a 5th round pick. I would, even with all the first overall picks they've had, which God knows how many that is, it's a fucking lot. From Mayfield to Courtney Brown to, you know, all the quarterbacks they've taken in the first round, Tim Couch. And we're just talking about number 1 overall picks. They've never moved the needle like Shedeur. Not even Baker Mayfield moved the needle like this cat. So I just hope that he can do well there and turn it around, because if he doesn't, it's going to the same positive light or glazing light that they're talking about now with him, because they're just making shit up right now because there's nothing else to talk about. Let's be fucking real.
Yes.
The same shit that they're doing now, they will turn negative in a fucking heartbeat, and they'll start persecuting his ass. Shit that's not even his fault. Like, he, at this point, Shedeur's probably going to be the reason they lose a game, and he doesn't even fucking play. They're like, oh, well, they lost because Shedeur didn't play. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's I don't know, bro. I'm the longer this goes on, which it's just the beginning of it, so hold on to your ass. The almost worse I feel for him. Like, he doesn't seem to be bringing it. He doesn't have a camera crew following him around. Now they are.
Right, yeah.
Bucky's not there, dog. Like, there's no personal camera crew following him around anymore like there was at CU. Now it's just the Browns and this Cleveland media are choosing to do this because they saw it work in Boulder at a level that was monumental, right? And they want to get their clicks up. And Shedeur's a click magnet, dog. Like, you're gonna get clicks talking about this man and you know, following him around and holding his balls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where would you like to go today, Mr. Sanders? I want to get some. I want to get a fucking cup of coffee.
You have such a way with words, man. It's
you know what I'm saying. So I respect Shedeur. I think he's a hell of a player. I wish that we would just allow him to go be a rookie and like kind of enjoy everything instead of constantly making things that aren't worthy of like big time news publication. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just not worthy of it. And he would even say that this is fucking ridiculous. Like the shit,
absolutely, man,
calling out lies and all this other bullshit. Like, can you just please, for the love of God, just try to get his cock out of your mouth. One fucking day. Can you go without blowing Shedeur or a member of his family for one day? Is there anything you can actually report on this substance? His footwork is improved. His release points outstanding. He's doing a really good job of reading the defenses. He's doing a great job of reading cover 1 to cover 2. He's doing a great job of identifying the nickel. He's doing a great job in the meeting room, leading the team or leading the rookies. They're doing extra work, working on protections. He's doing a really good job acclimating to the system under center, as opposed to being in the shotgun for every snap of his college career. He looks like he's acclimating to the NFL game in a very productive manner. I think he's going to do a really good job leading the other rookies. Mm-hmm. He seems to be more mature than Gabriel or less mature or whatever the fuck. Instead of just this, none of this has anything to do with him as a football player. And that's bullshit. Your job is to report on him as a player, not talk about his fucking cars and all this other shit.
Yeah.
God, come on, man. Instead of just like he completed 9 passes. Well, what did you see as a reporter?
Yeah, did he improve his mechanics? What did you see?
What are we improving on? Yeah. OTAs are in T-shirts. It's all about day-to-day improvement. If you're there every day watching, instead of commenting on his motherfucking car, how about we talk about his progression as a player? His rookie minicamp as opposed to day 1 of OTAs, as opposed to day 2, and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. Jesus, Lord in heaven, do your fucking job. If you want people to take you seriously as an analyst, reporter, pundit, maybe you should do something other than just act like you're on TM motherfucking Z.
Well said, Matt. Well said. No other way I could say that. Let's get into some Colorado Buffaloes talk, man. We got a lot to talk about today on 0 to 60. If you're watching, hit that like, go and subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family. Matt, Colorado's got a new offensive line transfer in UCLA. O-line transfer Walker Anderson. He transfers to Colorado. 4 years of eligibility remaining. He did not play at UCLA. He is a large offensive lineman. Another large offensive line transfer for Colorado. 6'8", 335. Walker Anderson transfers to Colorado. Matt, I think this is kind of somebody who's got the frame to be great and now has a long road of development ahead, and that lies in the hands of Coach Gerard, Coach Hageman, and Coach Gunnar White. But, Matt, what are your thoughts on this O-line transfer, Walker Anderson to Colorado?
I mean, another huge kid. He's got 4 years of eligibility left, right? Mm-hmm. So 4 years of eligibility tells me that he wasn't ready for UCLA.
Exactly, yeah.
Because I'm sorry, but when you see a guy go, I have 4 years of eligibility left and I'm in the transfer portal, he just got cut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or the tampering level was through the fucking roof. You know, like there's going to be contracts now and shit. Like I'm a college football agent now, which is pretty fucking cool. You know, this is a huge business. I'm taking percentages now. My earning potential is wrapped up in your ability to do your fucking job and my ability to do mine and so on and so forth. So the 500 plus guys we put into college and all the foundation we're built on allows me to have a different perspective on shit like this. So this kid with 4 years of eligibility left probably struggled pretty bad at UCLA, didn't play a lot, and the staff was like, look, we don't have a spot for you anymore, and you can either stay here and we'll just kind of practice you on scout team, or you can hit the transfer portal and see what you can see. So he hit the transfer portal. I'm a huge, but this is a consistent in Boulder now. They are massive.
Yeah, large.
They are big as fuck up front. They are huge. Like if you're not pushing 6'6", 320, you ain't going to see you, dog. Like that's just a fact. So I don't care how good of a player you are anymore. This is all about fucking size. Mm-hmm. Now I don't really agree with that. I don't know if it's all size metric makes good offensive linemen. I think a lot of bigger offensive linemen are fat slobs. Now that's coming from, I'm not saying this kid is, I'm saying in general, like playing against a 6'8", 350-pound dude, that it's not as hard as you. I don't look at that as a defensive lineman and go, oh, I'm in for a long day. I'm more worried about the fucking 6'5", 310-pounder that can really move and get on your ass and play hard. So,
well, yeah, that's very true.
That's part of this is making sure all these big dudes are in shape, and that's the job of the staff, and they will do a good job as they have in the past. So this is just another depth addition that can come in and compete, and he's got a lot of legs underneath him. So if you hit on this and maybe UCLA just didn't do a good enough job and it wasn't a good fit and this is a blessing in disguise for him, come into Boulder with 4 years of eligibility left and see what you can see. So I don't know, man. We'll see. There's not a whole lot of information to go off of whether or not this kid's going to be able to do it at this level because we're watching practice tape. So if you're just watching with review, and I don't know where you found that, good pull, but like, we don't even have game film to evaluate with this kid. So I would imagine that he doesn't have the 4 games that he could have played as a freshman last year either. So look, go back real quick and let's just be honest there. Go to the first play.
I watched this, Matt. Well, let's break it down. Go ahead.
All right. So first play, just go back to the beginning, please. It's right there. Stop. Okay. He's the right guard. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, first of all, if you're a 6'8", 360-pound right guard, that means that you're really, really, really slow-footed at tackle. You can't block the guys outside. They're running around you, point in case. No one's scared of the 6'8", 360-pound dude. They'll just run around his ass. Mm-hmm. So I think putting him at guard, look, I'm not saying this is a bad block. The guy runs the ball right off of his ass. Stop. He moves the 3 technique out of there. There's a massive hole. I'm not saying the kid did a bad job. Go back to the beginning of it. Watch how slow he is, though, out of his stance. Watch the way he can. Look, he grabs the dude and throws him, and that's cool. That's cool. I bet you he's got 100 pounds on this kid. The 3 technique doesn't look very big. And keep in mind, this is a true freshman, so he's going against scout team guys here.
Sure.
He's going against other true freshmen, or he's not going against college football starter right there. That kid's getting thrown out.
That 3 tech didn't really give him a look either.
That 3 technique ain't doing shit. He's getting thrown out the barn. So all I'm saying is, let's watch the player, all right? So does he step with his right foot or drive off with his left foot? It looks like a step. His left leg is totally straight coming out of contact. He's not making contact with his left hand and separating the man. He's grabbing him and tossing him. So there's not a whole lot of lower body bend and explosion here. He's kind of just bigger than this dude and just gets him out of the way, right?
Yep.
Then maybe he's lacked, bend and fluid feet. That's something he can improve on. Mm-hmm. All you fucking idiots out there that are getting mad at me right now because I'm criticizing a buff, and how dare you? This is what I do for a living. I develop and evaluate offensive linemen. Mm-hmm. So again, 6'8", 360 is sexy if you're just looking at it from the perspective of they got another big guy, so obviously he's good. That is the number one reason why I know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So first of all, the minute I see him lining up at guard in all these formations, that is a massive red flag in my opinion.
Tells you a lot. Yeah.
It's flag. So look, this is a depth move. We'll see if it works out. I wouldn't be surprised if he develops into a hell of a player. I also would not be surprised if he's back in the transfer portal in the next cycle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the one thing I noticed with Colorado's offensive lines. They're gaining depth, and we can keep replaying that play again, Matt. But at least, they're lining up. They have a lot of depth, and there's going to be a lot of competition in that line room, and we'll see who comes out as a starting 5 and rotating 6 to 7 or 8 going into the season, Matt. Nonetheless, I think having offensive line depth for Colorado.
Look at this thing. Look. Fans get shit for trying to stick up for the kid. I'm not saying
going at the
you
kid.
Don't know him personally. Why are you trying to stick up for him? He's in a business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm evaluating what I think off of a couple of clips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you're defending him like we're talking shit about your kid, dog. You just stop with all the emotional trash that's not fucking necessary. Just evaluate what you're looking at, criticize the things that you think can be fixed, compliment the things that the kid does well, and see if he can handle the mental rigors of developing in a space in all of college football where it's extremely hard for you to develop because there's zero consistency, and you can be in the transfer portal in year 1, just like he already is. Mm-hmm. So stop getting fucking mad at the people that are actually doing the job and know what they're talking about in relation to you and your emotions because he's a buff now. If he was a UCLA Bruin still, and I'm just evaluating tape, you guys would probably have a totally different perspective. But because now he's donning black and gold, Now he's uncriticized. We can't criticize him.
Yeah,
and that's even more disrespectful because as a player, if you're not going to criticize me in the way I do things, then I can't constructively get better. And therefore, there's 0 point for us to talk. I had Brett Kluge in the fucking gym this morning getting down for an hour and a fucking half. I was all over his ass.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
He was tired and heavy legs, but he's a fucking professional goddamn mental player. He's a professional football player mentally already in high school. He knows that we're just trying to get better and everything is fixable. I had Deacon in yesterday, busting his ass. Anybody that wants to go watch it, I made him repeat damn near every rep. I'm on his ass about everything he's doing because attendance isn't good enough. I need you to bend your fucking knees and get your big ass moving and stop acting like murdering some poor son of a bitch that goes to Green Mountain or some shit out here in Colorado is equivalent to the people you're going to be blocking and murdering at the next level, or are you now the prey? So again, like, let's be real about what we're talking about with all of this. Being big is not a fucking indicator that you're any good. And being undersized is not an indicator that you're not any good either. True. Everybody remember this. You're not as bad as you think you are, and you're damn sure not as good as you think you are. So you're somewhere in the middle, and the details and the consistency in which you improve, the reps you take on a day-to-day basis that allow you to get better and not emotionally buying into any of this bullshit you read. Don't believe any of the good shit they say. Don't believe any of the bad shit they say. In fact, totally and unequivocally stay off every platform. Hire someone because now you can because you're a professional athlete and all these kids are getting paid. There's not a fucking single kid that's at CU that's not making at least $500,000 that's on scholarship. I don't want to hear it. The schools are paying for it now. There's no more of this NIL collectives, bro. The numbers that I was negotiating just this morning were upwards between $1.6 and $2.6 million for certain players.
Damn.
So this is not, it's no longer scholarships and fucking stipend checks and shit. This is big business.
Yeah,
if you can't find somebody to do all your posting for you and fucking manage your social media because you don't want to deal with it, then you're a mental cripple and you live in the motherfucking information age. Ignorance is a choice, dum-dum. So, full circle here. I really hope that this kid can play and that he's a future member of the football team and can add some depth. But he ain't going to do shit for us this year. There's no way he's ready to play based on that. And especially if he's transferring in now, he's probably been sitting on his ass for a couple of months. So he's got to get acclimated to Boulder the way they do things. This kid comes in, he'll probably be a 3. Let's see if you can add depth. Let's see if you can improve. Let's see if you can get better because the leash in Boulder is very, very short. You feel me? Like they don't really sit around, and Coach Prime's even said it. I don't have time to just sit here and develop everybody. That's why they're constantly going into the transfer portal to find big people on the offensive and defensive lines. They're not in the business or trying to find, the most ready high school kid humanly possible, i.e. Seton and the other kids from IMG that they brought in, because they want somebody to step in and play fucking immediately. They are not in the business of developing shit. So, again, this kid has got an uphill battle in Boulder, to say the least, but I do wish him nothing but the best. And I'll say this out loud again. Walker, I don't know you, but I can help you. We're right down the street, homeboy. If you want to get some motherfucking work, 6-0 is the place to do it. So that's not me blowing either. I'll get his big ass motherfucking right.
Yeah. Great speech, man. Well said. Let's take a commercial break after that. Walker Anderson, welcome to Colorado. Let's take a commercial break, Matt. When we come back, we have a lot to discuss, including
is this real?
I can't confirm that.
We can't confirm or deny. Are you telling me this 6'8" kid paints his fingernails pink?
Oh, don't let
Are you being real?
Come
on, I don't do sarcasm very well. So I don't really do sarcasm very well. Okay. Never mind. On Bailey, my bad, dog. Shit.
I don't know if that's true, but oh boy. Matt, when we come back from commercial break, we have a lot to talk about, including Dan Lanning and Oregon losing 5-star DN commit Richard Wesley already 17 days after jumping into the pool with him. He has decommitted from Oregon. Matt, we're going to talk about that. The Prime Sexuals are going to love that topic. We're also going to talk about Stephon Diggs on this yacht and with all these women and had some interesting substances, Matt. We're going to talk about whatever it was. We're also going to, Matt, you know who Drewski is?
The guy who thinks he's a comedian?
Yeah, that guy.
The online comedian guy? Yeah.
Yes.
What did he do?
He did like a white face.
Oh, of course.
We're going to show that. Travis Hunter got married over the weekend, Matt. We're going to discuss that as well. I know you're very passionate about that. We're going to discuss that, a couple other topics as well. Folks, if you're watching, hit that like and subscribe. Become a member of the Dungeon family. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Peace.
Whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass, pro, and punch, I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique bag.
Welcome down here to the Lab 60 Football Academy, 60 Strength and Fitness. I am your owner and operator, Matt McChesney. I just wanted to let everybody know that 60 is now on Cameo. You can go on Cameo and request any tips for training, any offensive line, defensive line tips, recruiting tips. I get so many inquiries in my inbox on a daily basis about tips and can you look at my film and can you do this? Can you break down something for me? I'd love to. All right? It's like the Joker said, my man, right here. If you're good at something, never do it for free. So Cameo is now your bridge to 60 Football Academy. Go in, request what you want, tips, suggestions, recruiting, film, and we will make sure that you get the absolute best from the best. So check out 60 on Cameo at 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy.
And we're back, Matt. And your Cameo ad. I like your Cameo ad. I think it's funny. Let's get into it. You're the only one. Huh?
You're the only one.
Let's get into it, Matt. Before we talk,
hold on. Sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry. I have to. Bro, okay, look. There's nobody that has more of a right to say they don't develop the offensive and defensive lines than me. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm not saying they don't want to develop them. I'm saying that they would rather go in the transfer portal and find guys who can play immediately, or guys like Jordan Seaton who are going to step in and start immediately and develop on the run.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. And I know what I'm talking about, and you don't, Scotty boy. So as just like your girlfriend Fiona, Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I did her on his birthday. Because Scotty doesn't know. Woo! Next topic.
Matt, Travis Hunter got married over the weekend out in the beautiful state of Tennessee, where I currently reside, Matt. I don't know if you saw this. He gifted his now wife very, very expensive, I believe, G-Wagon. Nice car there, Matt. What are your thoughts on this? Any comments on this from the great Matt McChesney, who I know has a lot to say about this topic?
First of all, I think people that get married are idiots. But I got married once. Idiot. Look, he seems happy. She seems happy. This seems real. It helps that they're fucking millionaires, bro. They really seem to get along with each other. And like, Travis is about his girl and ball.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So I'm happy for him. Best of luck to you and your future and your wife. It's fucking cool at your age that you can do this kind of cool shit. Like, again, there's a lot of haters. I'm just saying you're an idiot for not having a prenup, but that's everyone alive. So
what are your thoughts on that, man?
He trusts his girl, and I'm cool with it. So it's not my job to sit here and criticize Travis Hunter, his relationship and shit. I thought it was kind of ridiculous first time around. I think it's equally as ridiculous now. People that have failed in relationships or are single sitting here talking about like they know what these two are doing with each other. So best of luck to Travis and his wife. This is fucking cool, man. Go live your life and make $200 million and go to the fucking Hall of Fame and, see if you can be a one-woman family man. It was very interesting hearing Charles Barkley come out and say what he said about like Anthony Edwards this weekend. I know you heard that.
No, what did he say? I didn't hear what he said. What did he say, Matt?
Man, Anthony Edwards can't be the face of the league because Anthony Edwards isn't a married family man like SGA and LeBron and all these other guys. All I'm saying is Jokic and so on and so forth. All I'm saying is I'm not saying that that's real or not. It's very interesting that would be brought up. Mm-hmm. So like in a culture where, and this goes for just young people in general, I think, where everybody's fucking everybody, and you're more apt to shake your ass online than like have a little bit of couth. You know what I'm saying? Like most women, if you're famous as a woman these days, you got to show your ass to be. And even every athlete's a fucking model now, and so on and so. Like this is my point: is sex sells, and it's fucking selling. So it's interesting to hear that narrative. So again, Travis, best of luck, dog. I hope it works out for you because it doesn't for a lot of people. So
definitely. Let's get into some NFL news, Matt. This is a tidbit here. Broncos announced a couple days ago they're inducting Demaryius Thomas, rest in peace, into the Ring of Fame. Matt, as a former Bronco yourself, what does this mean to you? I think this is a great gesture. Rest in peace, DT.
Yeah, it'll happen at the Giant game. They're honoring Super Bowl 50 teams. So, the game I'll go to for sure. I know and worked with a lot of those guys, i.e. Derek, one of my best friends, and a guy who was a major part of that team. Look, Demaryius is the top 5 receiver in Bronco history, period. And his name should be on the fucking Ring of Fame. I'm pretty sure that the only other guy from the Super Bowl 50 team to have or the only 2 others are Ware and Manning. And I don't even know if DeMarcus is up there yet. He should be, but I don't know if he is yet. I know that Manning is, obviously. So for Demaryius to be honored like this, his family will be there. For him to die as young as he did, pretty cool. Very classy by the Broncos and the right timing. Like it feels right, and I'm glad that they're doing it. And for a great guy in the community, always had a smile on his face, always had time for everybody. It was tragic how it ended, but it allows for the greatness of Demaryius Thomas to be extended now to the fan base, extended to the next generation that may not know, what 8-8 was. And I don't know if I've ever seen anybody in my motherfucking life take a tunnel screen faster to the end zone than Demaryius Thomas did. Like those alley and crease screens that they use.
Oh, yeah.
Like those, I love running those screenplays because you can just get out there and murk some fucking poor DB. And then they're focused on trying to catch 88 and you're focused on running through their face. So just, that he was drafted the year that I actually retired in the same draft as Tebow. And, that draft was crazy. Like it was actually pretty good. And Demaryius, other than, Calvin Johnson, might be the best receiver to ever come out of Georgia Tech. So this is a big-time move by the Broncos. I'm very proud that they are doing it when they are doing it. And, it's too bad that he won't be there, obviously, to to accept the honor, as he did die so young. Right here, how did he die? He, a lot of questions about CTE and things of that nature, but he did have a really, really, really bad car accident that brought on a variety of different seizures and medical problems that came along with those. The medicine that he was on was not a good mix mentally. He had a really bad seizure, and they found him passed at his house, I'm pretty sure. So this is awesome. I'm glad Demaryius is being honored. And, the next question is Demaryius Thomas a Hall of Famer? I don't know. I don't know about that. There's so many guys from a receiver perspective that have unbelievable fucking numbers, and I don't know if they're Hall of Famers or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I bet you could bring up a list of like the top 20, 25 yardage, top 50 yardage from all time. And you could probably make an argument for all 50 of those guys that they could be in the Hall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if Demaryius Thomas is a Hall of Famer. He's definitely a Ring of Famer in Denver. There's no fucking question about that. And if you're talking about top 5 receivers of all time in Broncos history, or open this up to the chat too, throw your names in there. Remember, the super chats and subs are open. Nick needs new shoes. We're also going to be announcing here on Friday the first ever 6-0 scholarship is going to be up. So we're doing it on GoFundMe and give people the opportunity to invest through the program to help some of these kids that may not be able to help themselves. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have told me to do this in the past, and we finally are at a spot where we feel comfortable enough to do it. Mm-hmm. Aiden Lee, the big defensive end from Chaparral, is going to be our first recipient of the scholarship this year, which helps him and his family out a ton. I'm representing Aiden. We just sent him to Oregon State. I think that's going to be his first offer, knock on wood. So that'll be an opportunity for life-changing money for that young man.
Absolutely.
Full circle back to Demaryius, top 5 receivers of all time in Bronco history in no particular order. Demaryius, Eddie Mack, Rod Smith, Brandon Marshall. Who's the 5th one? Manuel Sanders, Wes Welker. Do you consider Shannon Sharp a receiver? Because he's on my Mount Rushmore of Broncos, but I don't know if he's a receiver.
I wouldn't consider him a receiver, but
like the 3 amigos, Mark Jackson and Ricky Nattiel and Vance Joseph. Where do they go on there? Where's a guy like Steve Watson? So where's Dave Logan? Fucking Dave Logan played receiver for the Broncos. So there's been some bad asses that have played that position. I'm partial to thinking, fucking Brandon Marshall is, other than Rod Smith, Brandon Marshall is number 2 in my book. But after that, it's a wide open competition there. So, look, this is awesome. Again, it'll happen at the Giant game. And then Bree and I have season tickets, so we'll obviously be there at that bad boy. And I'm sure there won't be a dry eye in the fucking stands, bro. This kid, Demaryius Thomas, not only did he win a Super Bowl, but he was part of some of the biggest plays in Bronco history. Everybody knows where they were when Tebow fucking dropped back on the first play of fucking of overtime and rocketed that fucking ball off 27 power pass, bro. Fucking guard pull, seals the edge, full turn that bitch, hard sell play action, and Tim Tebow threw the fucking ball of his life. Whop, right there to Demaryius. He fucking stiff armed
yesterday,
the fucking crib. Right there in the back corner. That's where our season tickets are. I wasn't at that game, obviously. That was the year. That was my last year. I was on IR and on crutches and shit watching that happen. So, it's just, look, it's hard for me to talk about Demaryius. He was such a great kid. You never want to see anybody go out early like that. But his legacy and what he means to this city is kind of unquestionable. So, I'm very, very eager for the game. I think it'll be awesome. I can't wait to go. And I would really doubt, just getting emotional about it, talking about it now on the show. I can only fucking imagine there won't be a dry eye in Sports Authority or whatever it's called. There won't be a dry eye in Mile High that night or that day when they honor Super Bowl 50 champs. And that includes all the guys on the field. every one of those cats down there is going to be fucking sobbing like they should. So this is pretty fucking cool. Tip of the cap to the Broncos.
Yeah, rest in peace to Marius Thomas. Man, Matt, let's move forward, get into some more college football news. Some news that I think the prime sexuals think they're gonna love this, Matt. 5-star defensive end Richard Wesley has decommitted from Oregon, Matt, just 17 days after infamously jumping into the pool in a commitment video with none other than Dan Lanning, Matt. He is decommitted from Oregon 17 days later, Matt. Here you can see him in the original commitment video, Matt, jumping into the pool here. You'll see Dan Lanning here in a sec. Unbelievable, Matt. And actually, I have live footage of Dan Lanning, actually his response to this jumping out of the pool, Matt. And here's the response to this. But, Matt, what are your thoughts on this? Richard Wesley decommitting from Oregon 17 days after that commitment video, Matt. I think that's kind of odd, confusing. What are your thoughts?
Man, I like Dan Lanning. He's a personal friend, but this is cringy as fuck. This is a bad luck, dog. Like, I think the guys need to stop doing the commitment video shit. This is a business now. Like, there needs to be more, not a draft, but just make signing day when you tell everybody what you're doing. You can tell the coaches what you're doing. You can commit early, but just keep it off. Keep it off. You don't want to be put in this position as a guy who's seen to be a program jumper. And, you know, we've all heard, well, he decommitted 4 times, so he'll transfer 4 times, and he might. And you don't need to be putting yourself as a coach in this kind of light. First of all, hanging out with some kid in his underwear and jumping in the pool with him and shit is not why he's going to Oregon. I'm sure that didn't help the situation either, bro. I'm serious. Like, dog, first of all, put some shorts on. Your shit's hanging out. And you ever seen that Eddie Murphy fucking skit back in the day where he's like, I don't understand underwear models. Underwear models, you go out there and it's flat or it's a little tiny poke. And they're just standing there like, I'd be standing there like, what the fuck? So all I'm saying is maybe next time we should put a fucking big ass sock down there or something. What the fuck are you doing standing there in your goddamn undies on fucking social media with Dan Lanning? Number one, weird. Number two, I don't think that helped the situation. I bet you this kid got roasted fucking relentlessly because you know what happened online? He got roasted relentlessly. And so did Dan. So this is a bad look, dog. This is not necessary. This isn't part of football. This shouldn't be happening. This is a teachable moment for all the recruits or future college football player professionals because you're not a recruit anymore. And I want, as the business I'm in, I'm trying to change the narratives here. I don't want to call them recruits and commits anymore and shit. You're being hired to do a job.
Yeah.
You're a professional football player. This is the semi-pro league for the NFL. You have the potential to make millions of dollars. Everything you do either helps your bottom line or affects your bottom line. This is a bottom line effector. Unless you can parlay this into an ED pill conversation and you can get some kickbacks on them. The little red pill that everybody seems to be fucking promoting. Maybe this kid can go that route. I don't know. I'm saying this is a bad look on both sides, and they both need to learn from it and not do this kind of shit anymore. Look, I'm telling you, as my kid starts to get more seriously recruited and whatnot, SMU just invited him to camp this morning. The same fucking coach that was out coaching at Salt Lake City at that camp. See how this works.
I see how it works.
We're definitely going to go to that camp. They're personally inviting him after watching him. I have a great relationship with Coach Justice, who's the O-line coach down there. Josh Bates transferred to SMU this year. Yep. He's a starting center. Nick's plays center and guard and tackle, but he's probably going to start at center this year. See how this works?
Yes.
So, and again, this is a bad look on both sides, and it allows both of them to get absolutely unequivocally fucking roasted. I mean, what do you think, dog? Dude, I mean, he's got some big time fucking schools on that list, homie. Like,
yeah, and so this is the next tidbit of news. He's reportedly interested, and I guess he's been taking visits while committed to Oregon. I don't know. I don't know nothing about it, but he's reportedly interested in Ohio State, Steve Sarkisian, the Longhorns, Texas, and Texas A&M, and Elko. Interesting, Matt. My question to you, and I don't understand this. Why would he you commit? You make a commitment. You know how this process is, Matt. I mean, ideally in this era, it's supposed to be a 40-year decision, Matt. Why is he decommitting so soon? Is it
because he shouldn't have committed in the first place? Somebody else got involved and offered him more money, and now he has to backtrack rather than just keeping your fucking mouth shut, committing to the coach, not putting it on social media, and just moving. Look, I'm a social media whore. I put everything on social media, but there's a lot of shit we also don't.
Right.
We're very strategic in what we post. It's not just mindless posting. Like, everything's posted for a reason. So there's certain things that, with Breck and Deacon and some of these, Reese and Nick and Moon and Roper just got his first offer, big time offer, and Evan Hines, what he's getting, and fucking Asher just got his first 2 offers, and Corbin getting his offers. There's certain things we're not posting because they're not constructive to the overall goal. You feel me? So, or we need to wait to post it. There's a time and place, right?
Yeah.
Time and place, dog. You could have committed to Oregon and just not done all this extracurricular dumb shit that doesn't have anything to do with it. While you show everybody that you're obviously not in the weight room that long, and the pool was obviously cold as fuck. So, that George Costanza skit, the pool was cold. The pool was cold. Super weird. It's super weird. So, I know Dan's a high energy coach and shit, and everybody's throwing up the O, and that's great, but it should be throwing up the O for, oh my God, what did I just fucking do on film?
Matt, since we've been talking recruiting and Richard Wesley is decommitted from Oregon, a content creator by the name of Bordeaux asked several different college football coaches about recruiting advice, recruiting tips, and I wanted to play this. Take a listen, Matt.
Recruiting-wise, feel like that really makes a difference.
The proof's in the pudding. So it starts with a vision, right? And then you got to say, hey, what's the success that you've had with the previous players that you've had? When you can so guys come to you and they perform, right? The rest takes care of itself.
It's probably relationships for us.
Authenticity.
Authenticity. We see these guys in this room, and we recruited every one of them. So some of them we got, some of them we did.
And getting players.
Yeah, money. Like NIL, like that Georgia coach over there. He just outpays everybody.
So I got to get my money. That's the best way to recruit. Get a lot more money.
I think at the end of the day, you got to be authentic. You got to be true to who you are. I think people can see through it if you're not. You got to own you. I think at the end of the day, it's about relationships. Obviously, there's all these other things that factor in today with NIL and everything else, but at the end of the day, it's still about relationships. So being authentic to who you are.
Just keeping it real.
That's right.
Don't show it real.
I love Lane Kiffin's answer. That was my favorite one.
Money.
Lane keeps it real. Money.
I like the responses. I don't know who's asking the questions, but good for you. Everybody's going to have a different opinion on what they need to recruit, but money is one of them. But at the same time, again, it's not. I was talking about this morning with my guys. It's not about financials anymore with a lot of you. It's about fit.
Yeah.
Once you get to a certain number, there's only so much more we can do from a financial standpoint. It's got to be about fit after that. It's got to be about potential to go develop into an NFL football player, because you already are one in their minds. That's why they're recruiting you at the level they are. Now you have to believe it and then go out there and fucking make it happen. Again, the fit and development and who's going to be coaching you. At that point, it's more important than the financial part, because the financial part's already set. That's done. Now, what are we going to do to earn this money and not have it spent? That's a huge part of this. Are you going to earn that money, or are they spending that money on you and you're about to be a bust? Because this is another thing that's about to happen in the next 3 or 4 years. you're going to start seeing guys and their money being fucking projected, right? Because everything's out there. So this kid got X, Y, and Z amount of money, and he did not live up to the billing, but he signed a 3-year contract with Michigan or whatever, and he's a total fucking bust at 19 years old.
Wow.
So then how are people going to deal with that? Like, are mommy and daddy's going to, like, put a note to all the people who star that and like it? How can you talk about my kid like that? He's not a bust. He's such a great young man, and he does community, so no one gives a fuck, lady. This is a business. He didn't do his job. They nicknamed him. He's got a bust fucking now, and everybody's calling him one. So how much does that affect the kid negatively from emotionally and as a player as he has to drop down a level to go somewhere else to earn it again? Is he going to be able to handle it? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a really slippery slope.
And people get mad at me on my channel when I say it's professional football. Are people listening to what Matt's saying right now? Like, I don't know.
It is 100% unequivocally professional football. If you do not believe it, you are a group of 6 fan. There's two different. There's the SEC and the Big Ten are operating on a level different than the ACC and the Big 12, but those four conferences are operating on a huge fucking professional level other than the group of 6. Group of 6, the differential between the money is ridiculous. Group of 6 fucking good contract is like maybe 150,000 a year, maybe if you're a fucking baller. But then if you are that much of a baller, guess where you go? Group of 4. So, and Notre Dame. So it's, again, this is just the way it is. So, if you're a group of 6 school, you're still operating on the free school means something, and you're on scholarship, and we can find you a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there. But a lot of these guys may not get shit when they sign, just an opportunity to go be a college football player. But if you're signing Power 4, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly.
So there's expectations that come with that, and you can't sit here and be like, oh, well, we can't criticize anybody anymore because they're just kids. Come on, dude. Miss me with this bullshit. Their little kid shit is played the fuck out. You sound like an idiot.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah. Matt, before we close out here on this beautiful Wednesday, Matt, I teased it earlier, and by the way, Joe, I'm in Hilton Head Island in South Carolina. That's why I got a different background today.
Joey, I think that CSU is probably going to win the Mountain West next year. I think they're going to be pretty good.
Damn. Bold prediction there, man. But Matt, Drewski did a white boy from the hood or in the hood skit that's kind of taken the internet by storm. I'm really interested to see your reaction to this, Matt. We'll play the whole skit here. Take a listen.
You like my content?
I'm chilling. I'm posted up. Bro. Y'all boy come shot, man. I ain't on shit. Tell him on
shit right here, man.
Tell him on
shit right here, man.
See, I grew up with my grandma. See, folks always tell me like, you a white boy, you can't be doing all that. I grew up on that side.
On that side, yeah.
But I was raised by these folks. I grew up with white folks, but I was raised in the dope hole.
In the dope hole, man.
I was raised in the dope hole. Man.
I witnessed it with my own eye, man. For real, man.
I was raised in the dope
diaper,
hole.
Man, walking around with pull-ups.
I'm thinking about another lane.
Okay.
Another, you know what I'm saying? I know this thing. Another.
I know what you mean about it.
I ain't saying though.
You niggas in trouble. You niggas in trouble. You niggas in trouble.
It's my hood.
You gotta wait till the end. The end seals it off.
Tripping. Out of here, bro.
Pull back up the mom, dude. I'll meet you back, bro.
Hello, mother.
What the hell y'all cook for dinner?
Preston, stop talking like that.
You were raised better than that. Hey, y'all tripping like that. Y'all
Stop. That's enough. That is enough.
Yeah. Oh, come on now. Damn.
Matt, any comment on this?
I think it's ridiculous. I mean, look, man, he's a comedian. He obviously thinks this shit is funny. I don't know why it was so funny. I guess I don't understand what's so cool about trying to be something you're not. You feel me?
Oh, I just there's a lot. I don't know.
There's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of race baiting going on with this one too. Like, if a white guy did the same thing with blackface, how reversed it would be. I'm sure that's part of this. I don't really care about that. Look, dog, I don't really know what to say about this, honestly. I don't think he's very funny in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that acts like that. I don't know any brothers that act like that, and I don't know any white dudes that act like that. So I guess it's a good parody because, yeah, I mean, I guess it was funny. If you think that shit's funny, I'm not saying it wasn't funny. I'm not saying it was. Sure. I'd be interested to see some more of his stand-up, maybe.
Drewski's a fool. That was, I don't know. It makes me laugh. It was stupid. It was funny, though. But Matt, great show here on this fine Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday. I'm sure some more Shedeur Sanders news will come out that we have to address and discuss. We'll talk all things Colorado Buffaloes football news. They started workouts today, Matt.
Hold on. How about when Chappelle did it? You mean when Chappelle dressed
that's
up
what
as
JB brought up this morning. Yeah.
But when Chappelle dressed up as the black white supremacist, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, JB brought that.
That shit was fucking hilarious because Dave Chappelle is actually funny.
See, Matt.
And when Dave Chappelle dressed up as a white guy, he actually roasted the fuck out of all the crackers. Bad. And it was pretty fucking funny. So, yeah, I mean, trying to compare Chappelle to this dude I don't really think that that's even feasible. It's like comparing Muhammad Ali to fucking Buster Douglas.
Nonetheless, Matt, great show on this fine Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday to talk all things Colorado Buffaloes football news. You got any closing thoughts before we get out of here on this beautiful Wednesday?
No, man, good show. Appreciate everybody watching. Super chats and subs are open, like we said. Please go on, like and subscribe. Those numbers on YouTube are keep going up, so we appreciate all that. At 60 Academy on all the platforms. Follow Bailey on all his platforms. He'll be on tomorrow, I'm sure, right?
Yes, sir. I'll be live tomorrow. Talk all things college
football. We'll be rolling
news.
Friday also. We'll be back at the normal time, 1 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Enjoy your day.
Cool. Enjoy you guys this Wednesday. We'll see you guys Friday. Hit that like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your day. Peace.
Whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass pro and punch, I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or